Hi there Poke fans, I am your humblest Charizard fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Now as you see, we have just defeated Hop over here. Now we're going to get some sort of compliments or whatever from Leon, a letter of endorsement, that is what I was trying to say. And then we have to continue with the game. Continue on our adventures. Unfortunately, he has quite a lot to say, so as always, feel free to pause the video if you want to read any of this dialogue. It might be good. I, as always, neglected to read any of the dialogue, so I don't know if this storyline is similar to the Black and White story, which was a very good story. Okay, there's a shooting star. Or at least it is a new item that we are being introduced to. Ah, it's a wishing star. I should have known it's a wishing star since it is a shooting star and you wish upon a shooting star. So yeah, a wishing star. Okay. So one day when all of this is done, we can continue. Okay, I'm trying to get through this dialogue as quickly as possible. And it's still not going so fast that if you want to pause for each of the dialogue sections, that you don't have to put the video on like 1/8 speed in order to read what it is saying. Now there's a pretty red-haired little girl. She's not so little, or else she would fall in our age category and be viable for a dating scene. As I speak through this long black scene over here. It's unfortunately they never take off her coat. She's always wearing that coat over there. It makes her hips look really nice and big, but it doesn't actually give you a nice view at her waist. But we are again still busy with some more dialogue over here that I am not interested in. Okay, so here I get some wristband that'll allow my Pokemon to Dynamax, so that's a Dynamax band, yes, as you saw over there. Now let's go on, come on. Sure, they have a lot to say. Let's go. Finally, I am free to go. It looks a bit dark at the moment. Ah, Hop again. There's a Chootle. I think when I do my rock playthrough, I'll do it in this game as well, so that I can have that as one of my starters. I already have a starter in mind for my rock type, and it is not any of the standard ones that I can actually justify. It's just a random rock type with a 3-way evolutionary line. But it is, on the original form, it is one of my favorite rock types. Ah, Yamper is chasing me, bloody little dog. I wonder where I have to go now, or where I'm able to go now. Ah, those sheep, whatever you call them, ought to be gone now. So I got lost a little bit, and that's why you saw that jump over there, because I cut out a little section over there because it was getting too long with me running all over the place. And I was wrong, I wasn't going through that area that was blocked off by the sheep, I am now going into this train station. And if I had my DLC activated in this during this part of the game, as soon as I walked in here, I would have had a Slowpoke from this region, which is a psychic and a poison type, which would have been an awesome Pokemon to have as a Pokemon that is capable of defeating my own type. As it is, I'll have to make a different plan for that specific function. Some more dialogue going on. Our mothers meet us at the train station, so this time we are not required to go all the way back to the mother again. This is a nice scene over here. Don't know what the foot tapping is about. One of us could be doing the foot tapping, but both of us together, that just sounds a bit strange to me, to put it lightly. Okay, that's a tent that we are probably going to use at some point. I do like the fact that I have a much bigger bag than Hob does. Granted, it might become much heavier than Hob's bag, but odds are I'll have stuff on my person that Hob will not have. Damn, this guy's hyperactive, and not in the good way like the blondie in one of the previous games. He's irritating with his hyperactivity. Okay, this is the wild area. I'm going to try and capture as many Pokemon as I can with reference to my type, but it might well, it turns out that I could catch Pokemon here that was relevant to my type, but I didn't because I didn't know where to get them, and I get them much later on in the game, which means I have to double back, not to this specific location but to this area, in order to get them. Okay, obviously I'm saving because still at this time of the playthrough my emulator was bombing out quite often, so you might see some jumps going forward, and that might be the actual reason for the previous jump, but most of the time it is because the game glitched out and the emulator itself closed down. Now I could have used this Nintendo Switch that I'm borrowing for the game with its cartridge, but I don't have a capture card. That is bad planning on my side, but anyway, that can't be helped. What is with the hair twirling? Does she have a crush on us? Does she know that she's at least 5 years older than any of us? She does look quite pretty. It's a pity about the bloody coat. I would have liked to see that shape. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you agree with that sentiment. Now there has been a lot of naughty pictures all over the internet that shows a nice shape, but I don't know if it's the exact shape that was intended by Nintendo or the game Pokemon company. But realistically speaking, that doesn't actually matter. Okay, there's an Onyx over there. Ah, here's an item. If I can just get to it. A jar of honey. Ah, I wonder what that is all about. It would be nice if it was a consumable, meaning that I can give it to one of my Pokemon for energy or health or something like that. If it's just a smear item, it is nice, but it's not as useful as I would like it to be. Okay, so here I can buy stuff. Okay, so those are ingredients to use when you are camping. There's a bunnelby. I think that's a bunnelby. So obviously you will be part of the bunny chow playthrough if I do that in this game, which would at least give me the opportunity to have the correct starter, or a native starter, put it differently. Only thing is, there is no rabbit Pokemon or bunny type Pokemon that is a legendary, which means I'll have to skip the legendary altogether. A tiny mushroom. Okay, what's next? Okay, so these areas over here are either for encounters or they give you watts, and watts you can sell or use to buy things later on. But since I'm playing an emulator, there aren't any days going by really. According to the emulator, all of this happens in a single day, which is not true. It took me about a month to play the game. Purely because I got stuck at some point because of the game crashing, or I didn't know where I was going, so I had to do something to figure that out, like watch videos or Google it or any of those things. That is a not the Yamaska, Sajinda or Ninjaska, one of those. Not the ghost one, the fast flying bumblebee kind of thing. With that in mind, it's a pity that the Beedrill is not in this game, because I would have liked to do my beekeeper playthrough in this game. If Beedrill was in this game, it would have been quite nice. But they keep taking out the ones I want and leaving in the ones I don't care about all that much. So if you're wondering what I'm doing in this wild area over here, and it may take us a few days to get through this wild area, it is not because I don't know where I'm going, except for the fact that I'm looking for a specific location in which I can catch a specific Pokemon, which is not that specific one because I already used a Roselia and the Roserade in a playthrough, and I have a grass poison already. Now grass and poison are abundant. That is the word I was looking for. I'm looking for a different poison type. I will at some point try and capture a different poison type, but I'll fail at it because I'm at the incorrect level. But it's just because of desperation of trying to capture another poison type, since I am struggling to find the specific poison type I'm looking for. The one I'm looking for, I know exactly where it is, but where it is I can't find it at the moment because I don't know where it is, if you understand what I mean. A fancy apple. Okay, I wonder who that is. There was an item over there. Another tiny mushroom. I wonder if there's a market for tiny mushrooms. Okay, who's this dude? Okay, he charges 100 watt for rare items. Okay, go for it, I think. Okay, experience share candies. Extra small, so it'll only give me a couple of experience points. That does help to even out my levels later on. Okay, so there's a tree over there. when I shook the tree in this game, the game froze up on me, and then it glitched out and the emulator crashed. So I will not be shaking any trees in this emulator over here. And over there you saw I encountered a Pokemon, but I didn't actually enter battle. That is because I ran away from that encounter and cut that out because it was wasting time. Okay, so who is this? That was not someone I'm looking for. That is why I'm cutting out these encounters, because they are not actually a Pokemon I'm looking for. Okay, some 300 extra watts. Since there aren't any days going by, just a heads up, since there are not any days going by, I can't actually get too many watts, so I will be editing in all the watts I need. And on the other hand, if I was playing my normal type playthrough in this game instead of the one I did, I would be using Beware as one of my main Pokemon, because that seems to be a cool Pokemon to use. As it is, I'll probably use him in a bear playthrough, but I'll need to use a starter that I've used before, but that is nothing strange because I do that in any case in some of the future playthroughs. I try and avoid it as much as possible, but at some point you have to just do what you have to do. As such, it's a pity that the monkeys aren't in this game, because that would be so awesome. I might be able to substitute a different Pokemon for one of the monkeys if I can somehow justify it. Not justify it in terms of justification itself, but okay, so here's the part I'm trying to catch a new ghost type, but look at the level difference. Anyway, as I was saying, I might use a different Pokemon and say that it is the one I'm using, but I will match the type and the stats as much as possible. I think that is how I ought to do it. Leave a comment in the comment section if you think that is how I should do it, because when I did my editing of this game to change my starter, I was informed that if I change specific Pokemon, like their appearance and so on, that the game's data becomes too full and it just doesn't work anymore. So that's why I can't actually just put a specific Pokemon in instead of someone else and get that to work. I think that is what the thing was. I might be wrong on that. Also leave a comment about that in the comment section below if you have any idea on that. So what happened over there is I lost. I don't know if I'll count this as a whiteout. Let's see if I do. Okay, that should be a whiteout. I didn't put it in, so I'll put it in post-production. If I remember, or I'll decide later on. Okay, so this. Okay, I got some watts over here, I think. So at this moment, Ghastly is not available for me because Ghastly is too high. And it turns out that I don't actually use Ghastly or any of that line at all, since I find the Pokemon I'm looking for at some point, or one of the Pokemon I'm looking for. So this is an episode full of just running around. I do like the fact that there are overworld Pokemon all over the place. Nice to dodge them if you don't want to encounter that specific one. And also the overworld Pokemon are generally much stronger than the ones that are hidden. Let's see if I can beat this Quagsire over here. I should be able to beat him because I have the type advantage 4 times. But if this Quagsire is on a very high level, I am screwed. Okay, that's level 15 and I'm level 11, so I should be able to win this battle. Razor Leaf should do just fine. I missed. Why the hell does it do a rain dance? We are in the rain. Because I'm doing a leech seed, so that at least there is some passive damage being done if I keep missing. He goes for a mud shot. Damn, that does a lot of damage. It was a critical hit, but still, damn. And my speed fell. How much do I recover from that? I also have Sapsipper. I think I have Sapsipper. It goes for a Haze. What does Haze do? Okay, that was what I was trying to affect on the first turn. If I hit him on the first turn, that Quagsire would have fainted like that and I wouldn't have received as much damage as I did. But damn, I got 2 levels. Okay, let's go for Magical Leap, I think. Magical Leaf can't miss. And it's a special type attack. And Bulbasaur is a special attacker. So that is much better than Razor Leaf. Which means my damage output will probably increase significantly. Well, if the opponent has a high special defense, then that kind of evens out. Okay, I think I'm going to heal up a bit. And then I'm going to try and find another Pokemon. Or I'm going to continue trying to find my other Pokemon. Okay, so I'm just scanning the horizon to see where I'm going. Okay, here is another place to collect some watts. Oh, there's a Krabby. Nice. I like Krabby, I just haven't had occasion to use him. I'll fight him for the experience, I think. Oh, what happened over here? Ah. Save. I think I just edited out because I ran away. But the Krabby is back over there. I think I should cross the bridge. Because that's just going back to where I came from. Let's not walk through the grass just yet. Now, when I did the poison playthrough the first time, I used what is his name? I used Tentacool and Tentacruel as my water type. I wanted to use them in this playthrough as well, and they are not too difficult to get to. It just takes a long time in the game. But I decided to skip that and just go for the standard, or for this for the native water and poison type. Now, is that the new location or is that the old location? Let's have a look. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.